Pisces.
Hello Pisces, this is your April forecast for 2013, and yes, we have action. So all of these planets, the stellium that was moving through your first house there in March, now will be moving into your second house of income, your sense of self-worth, and how you can make money and attract new ways of making money and also receiving money. Now the exciting part of that is that all of these planets are going to be moving over Uranus, which is 8 degrees in your second house of income. Now Uranus can bring things out of the blue. You know, suddenly you might have a windfall dropping in your lap, or you might start receiving money that you have been expecting, or you might get funding, or you might get that raise or promotion as well. So it's like you had a great time here in March to dream your visions, you know, to visualize what it is you want to see happening the rest of 2013, you know, and what you don't want anymore. And I think that is equally important to you, Pisces, because I feel this energy of really wanting to draw upon all of your creative sources, and we know how creative you Pisces can be, you know. So it's like I see you kind of just pushing forward, and I'd say especially here when Mars now has moved into your second house, which will give you the drive and action. This is coming in after, I believe it was the March 12th, that was last month. If you're still looking at this video in March, you have it coming up here just pretty soon. So the first half of March, kind of slow, kind of visualizing still what it was you wanted. But from mid-March, when that Mars and Venus and the Sun also moving into your second house, boom, here we go. A lot of action, quick decisions needing to be made. And then throughout April, which we're looking at right now, we'll then have passed over this conjunction with Uranus. So a lot of you will see that you can bump ahead really quickly. Venus is there in its own home, you know, it rules the second house, so she's happy there, you know, so she'll make sure that whatever it is you need or deserve in order to kind of move ahead will be present to you. So if you're looking for whatever funding, it will come to you. And then Mars, which is action and doing and you know, pushing for your goals, is all there behind this, making you have enough energy to actually wrap things up and get on with a new. So Mars is really happy there because it's in the sign of Aries, which it rules. So here we have Mars ruled by Aries, which is your second house, and we have Venus in the second house, which rules the second house. So both of them are really on a very high note. And the Sun being in Aries is elevated there because it rules Leo, which is a trine here. So I can't say I see anything going wrong for you this month. Now, at the very end of March, though, I have to mention that monster moon, which is on the 27th of March. So if you're looking at this video prior to April, note this date here on the 27th. This full moon will be in Libra. It's your 8th house, and it is then opposing all of these planets here, and it's opposing Uranus in the second house. So you got a big thing here going on. That opposition, full moon Uranus, being T-squared by Pluto. And Pluto will just go in for the dig, okay? So, and we know that Uranus and Pluto right now, they're not too happy with one another. But what I see coming from this could actually be quite interesting, because it could also really launch you in a shortcut very expediently through some kind of funding experience, since it's between the 8th house and the second house, okay? So, yes, when we come into the new moon, which is April 10th, that new moon will also be in the second house. A lot of talk about the second house here, Pisces, but this is because they're all traveling together. The new moon, try to plant your seeds of how you want your financial situation to look like for the rest of this year. not just the rest of this month. Why? Because it only happens once a year that you get this opportunity to actually single out how you want to perfect it. Not saying that you need to have it all come together within a few weeks. But it's to really see the long-term goal of what you want to achieve and see how that can come together as we progress throughout 2013. But this is the month to make certain, not necessarily adjustments, because you can do that as you go along, but it's to have that vision and lock it in, so to speak. Be determined on it, and it will serve you very, very well. Now, Mercury, that has been retrograde, is still lingering in the early part here of the month, still in Pisces, okay? So it's been retrograde 3 weeks, and for its own reason, it's kind of still been working on your inner sense of self, your values, what it is you really want, where you're aiming. That's going to join in the crowd in the 2nd house on the 13th, sorry. And so that's going to really start sparking up and moving ahead. So documents might be important as far as any new agreements financially. Venus is going to move into Taurus, which is your 3rd house. So some of you can see that you might be moving in April, or start thinking and planning of some move that can come into May or also into June. But I believe in May, this can already start taking place. Because we have Jupiter here in your 4th house, and you've had the itch to create new space as far as residence for some time, and having Venus on your side here might make it that much more easy, especially because that Venus has touched Uranus. So some doors are opening up for you. And then we have Mars on the 20th, also moving into your 3rd house. So that's going to make you feel very busy. To and fro, short distance journeying or running around, doing important needed errands as you're creating this shift that probably will affect you definitely in your new space here by June. And then we have the full moon eclipse, 25th, which will be in your 9th house. So that has to do with higher education. It could be with traveling, long distance travel. Some of you might be thinking about wanting to do that. This full moon eclipse is going to be there with Saturn. So some of you might be dropping something, leaving something behind in order to start new. And that new will be really, really good because Saturn is very friendly to what you're doing right now. Okay, it's partying up there with Pluto, and they're in their mutual receptive signs. So you have that going for you. And then you have the drawdown of everything that's taking place in your financial sector. So somehow you'll just see how this month is really revving up the engines for you and bringing you close to the next month of May, which is really going to be busy on a totally different note, Pisces. So I know you're loving it. This is your time to shine, and I wish you the best, and I will see you next time. But do listen to your moon sign and rising sign as well, and maybe that of your partner, to see what's going on with him or her. See you later.